Hey, hey guys, back. Uh, so yeah, it's been a while since my last video. What was my last one? I think it was that rant on the Snyder Cut. Yeah, that annoyed a lot of people. Yes, I got a lot of views, kinda. My Rocket Man one got surprisingly way more views than I thought it would ever. Got like 200 something views. Yes, I'm YouTube famous now. Get my plaque. If you get plaques for that type of stuff, I don't know. But yeah, so I'm back doing another video, and today, not just now because I took a bit of time because I'm lazy and not motivated, but I saw today Spider-Man Far From Home. And yeah, I'm going to do my review with spoilers because non-spoilers is insanely restricting, and I really hate not talking about what's in the movie because you have to dodge around and be like, oh yeah, and this happened, but I can't say. Okay, so I saw Far From Home, and I'm going to talk about everything that I can remember. Obviously, I remember everything in it, and also I have a little rant about something that annoys me kind of lately. Okay, so Spider-Man Far From Home is like kind of, as you hear in the movie, is set around 8 months after Endgame. Because there's like a school bulletin saying 8 months since the. And in this movie, they call it the blip, which I think is understandable because no one would really know to call it the snap because no people were really there when Thanos snap. I can't snap my fingers. Like, obviously, people were there, but most of them were knocked out and it was more of like a self-contained name. So they call it the blip, and that's also explaining why lots of Peter's classmates are still there, even though it's 5 years on, because a lot of them got snapped. Like Aunt May. Aunt May says she got snapped, and there's like this whole, and she runs like a homeless organization for folk that lost their houses because it's 5 years later. So anyway, in this movie, Peter goes on a class trip to different countries in Europe, like Austria, Germany, and Denmark, and London. Not can't really say it's in Europe anymore, can we? And in it, these elemental style creatures attack, and he is helped by a new hero called Mysterio, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, amazingly, who says he's from another universe. So in the movie, he goes around helping him fight the creatures, whilst finding out he's been left things by Tony and trying to get into being Tony. Whilst also he wants to just live a normal life. He wants to get with MJ because a big part of the movie is the romance between Peter and MJ, and him trying to be with her. And I like that part. But yeah, so he's helping, gets these glasses, the glasses that Tony always wore that can command drones, which are really, really important part of this movie. So after they defeat the last elemental, Peter decides that Mysterio is the one who should have the glasses and be the next Iron Man. So he gives them to him, and as he's leaving, all of a sudden the place they were in, which was a bar, starts to come apart, and it turns out it was an illusion. And turns out Mysterio isn't a hero from another universe. He was a guy that worked for Tony and was the one that created the hologram stuff that was seen in Civil War. And other former people, like the scientist who got screamed at by Obadiah Stane. You know, the Tony Stark built this in a cave with a box of scraps. Sorry, sir, I'm not Tony Stark. Which I thought was insane, which is an insane callback. Because if you can bring a guy like that back, you can bring back Justin Hammer and Abomination. Yes, you can. So they're all working together to become the next Iron Man and also make tons of money and get rid of people that kind of screwed them over. Hill and Fury. Yeah, Hill and Fury in this part, but the really special part about them. So eventually Peter finds out and he meets with Fury, and what ensues is the best part of this movie as Mysterio uses the hologram illusions to mess with Peter, and it is the most amazingly shot scene. Just Peter falling all over the place, ending up in different places. He thinks it over because Mysterio gets shot by Fury, but then nope, not again. As he's back and he's just shooting him. There's like a Tony Stark reference and a zombie Iron Man suit, and I loved it so much. Like Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio is an incredible villain. Don't know if he's as good as Vulture, but he is just amazing. So it all comes to a head in London, where Mysterio's continuing his deception by having like all he's now got the glasses so he can control these army of drones from space, and they make the big hologram of like a big sky monster, and he's just trying to mess with stuff. And Peter after making a new Iron Man, like new Spider-Man suit, I mean, flies into it, destroys what's most of the drones. It all falls apart. Confronts Mysterio. Mysterio tries to kill him with the shooting drones, gets shot himself, and then finally tries one more illusion to shoot Peter, but Peter stops him with his Peter Tingle. And sadly, Mysterio dies, so this is another one-time MCU villain, sadly. So, yeah, and Peter gets the girl, is a hero once again, gets a bit more confident, I guess, kind of watches a man die, and, yeah, saves the world, sort of. And, it's kind of a brief description of the movie, what happens in it. There's also other little things like Happy's in it, with a romance with Aunt May, and yeah. But so good. Mysterio was just such a good villain. But yeah. And then there was two secret endings, and they are some of the best. The first one is Peter, after giving a swing with MJ through the streets, drops her down, and he's about to zip away. A news bulletin pops up of this footage that was shown, and it's Mysterio saying how he was attacked by Peter, and Peter was the one in charge of the drones attacking everybody. And also, J. Jonah Jameson shows up, still played by a thingy from the original movies, which was amazing. And then Mysterio says that Spider-Man is Peter, which now everyone knows Peter is Spider-Man, which is going to drastically change what Spider-Man's going to be like in the MCU now, which is crazy. And the second one was Fury and Hill are driving in their car when they both change into Skrulls. And Talos from Captain Marvel is back with his wife. And the whole time Fury was on a ship in space with the Skrulls, which again means the Skrulls are back, and this movie sets a lot of future things from the MCU, which is incredible. So yeah. Overall, I thought it was awesome. The villain, amazing. Characters like Ned and the side people like Betty and Flash and Peter and MJ and all great characters. And the teachers, so funny. I love it. Action's great. We got a great swinging bit at the end. Just so much good bits. And it's just a fun movie to watch. Just a blast. And there's lots of great references and callbacks to Endgame and just the effects of that movie. And the movie is just so much fun, and I recommend anyone goes to see it. I recommend people see any movie, and I just loved it. Now, I don't know if I explicitly like it more than Homecoming, because I loved Homecoming so much. People Spider-Man fans who rag on the MCU Spider-Man because it's not Spider-Man, because he's Iron Man Jr., need to actually just get into their little pea brains that this is not their Spider-Man, this is a Spider-Man. It's Spider-Man, and no matter how much they bitch and whine about not being Spider-Man, big studios like Disney ain't gonna change it to confide to what they want. They need to get into their minds that this ain't the Spider-Man, this ain't Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, and also, this ain't Spider-Man 2. And I don't get why people love that movie so much. I've seen Spider-Man 2, I grew up watching that movie millions of times, and yeah, it's good. It's okay. It's a good superhero movie, but it's not the greatest thing to ever be fucking invented. Spider-Man 1 is way better, because you get the Macho Man in that movie. Oh yeah! And yeah, okay. Okay. So Spider-Man fans need to really get into their mind, and people ragging on MCU fans, just go away. I didn't care that Endgame did not beat Avatar. Like, stop putting that against MCU fans. Just piss off. So yeah, okay. So overall, I think I gave Homecoming a 10 out of 10 in my mind, because I love it. So I think I'm gonna give maybe Far From Home a 9. I still like Homecoming more, but I love Far From Home, and I recommend people see it. I really do. I loved Homecoming a ton. But overall, yeah, you should see Far From Home. Thought the thing was going to stop because how long can you take videos on an iPhone for? No idea. It's like 10 minutes already. Longest video, I think. Oh, get that montage later. No, probably not. So yeah, I recommend. Yeah, I'm gonna give Far From Home a 9 because I loved it so much. But is it as good as Homecoming? Personally, I don't think it is as good. But Far From Home, I still think isn't. In my mind, I could just have it as a 10. Like, in my mind, it can be a 10, but overall, a 9. See, I hate ratings. Like, enjoy it. I fucking loved it. I loved it. Homecoming, I loved. But Far From Home, I loved. So, loved it. Love it both. Love MCU Spider Man. Other Spider Man fans can just eat it. Eat one. Love his movie. Tom Holland, great guy. So, overall, I love this movie. Go watch it. Fun movie. Just Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio was incredible. I wish he didn't die so we could get him as a part of Sinister Six, who I think are going to be the villains for 3, because they have been teasing it. But yeah, overall, you should see this movie. Great cast, great action, great laughs. Just great movie overall. I loved it. Need to stop talking now. I'm back, and hopefully I'll do other reviews whenever I see movies. And yeah, Ben, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Really good movie. Watch it.